Sailing unlimited.
Hello, Americans. This is Orson Welles. This radio show comes to you from the builders of Lockheed and Vega Aircraft.
What are we waiting for?
Well, what are we waiting for?
Introducing Snoozy, Cactus Sal, Rose O'Day, Dry Martini, Birmingham Blitzkrieg, Johnny Reb, and Big Punk. Flying men like their planes too well not to name them. Ever hear of a boat or a horse without a name? Rattler, Phyllis, Baby Doll, Berlin Sleeper, Big Stuff, Alexander the Swoosh, all flying fortresses. That last name is a little confusing. Alexander the Swoosh. A swoosh is a cross between a swan and a goose. Just a pet name, because a flying fortress is just what it sounds like. A fortress that flies.
I can hardly wait.
Well, what are we waiting for?
Have you ever been to Washington, your capital?
Oh, you know him?
Well, let me tell you, it's a place of buildings and of boom and bustle, of the fever of emergency, of workers working overtime, of windows lighted late into the night. It's a handsome city, proud of its sturdy name, proud of the men who stopped there and made decisions, proud of its domes and lawns and monuments. Of course, Washington is like some other cities you've seen. It has streetcars, haberdasheries, newsstands, coffee shops, and slums. At busy intersections, there are neon traffic signs which, when the light's against you, say, "Don't walk." And when the light changes, walk. It's a tourist.
That is just great.
Yeah, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, he's a real wonderful human being.
Sailing unlimited.
Hello, Americans. This is Orson Welles. This new radio program is brought to you by the builders of Lockheed and Vega Aircraft. Its title,
Sailing unlimited.
this huge monster of metal, heavier than a building, rising with the ease and liberty of birds. These 1,000 thundering horses gallop through the marvelous air, and we're free. We defy the sun, the earth's friction. The motors beat like a giant single heart. Man has learned to control the sky. Man is at the helm of his century. Man can make assassins out of angels so that he may live in freedom. He is well armed. He is lightning, riding the air. He is the stroke of thunder. As it turned back on its homeward journey, a running fight between the bomber and 18 Jap pursuit planes continued for 75 miles. The roots of aviation lead back to poetry and legend and dreamers. The first man to truly experiment on the theory of flight was Leonardo da Vinci, painter, philosopher, scientist, and inventor of the 16th century. He is the man who succeeded in all things but failed in one: to build a machine that would enable man to fly like a bird. Next, we come...
Excuse me, Mr. Wales.
Oh, excuse me.
Excuse me.
Excuse me, I better introduce myself.
Yes?
I don't think I'm given quite the credit I deserve. If we'd had engines in the 16th century, my airplane would have flown.
Leonardo da Vinci, what are you doing at the Lockheed Air Terminal in California?
You see, Mr. Wales, out there in limbo, I can't sleep nights hearing these flying fortresses roar by. I decided to come down and see what the century is up to in aviation.
You've come to the right place, Mr. da Vinci.